WWE, really? Super Cena wins again. Surprise. I know I'm so shocked and astounded. Okay, look, I understand that he's your top draw and he makes you lots and lots of money. And everyone, under the age of 13 likes him. And most women, which really makes me ashamed of my gender. But you couldn't give us this one? Really? You couldn't give us this one moment? Okay, cool. You bring Daniel Bryan back. The first thing I thought when I read that on WrestleZone.com, which is where I read the results because I didn't actually order the pay-per-view, the first thing I thought when I saw Daniel Bryan returns was, who was that? Don't hate me, but I didn't watch the first season of NXT, so I had no idea who that was. But, I gotta give him props because I can honestly say I wasn't expecting that, since I don't know him. But, and he put on a great showing. John Cena really didn't do much of anything. He never really does. But of course, he comes in at the end and, pones Wade Barrett, just like that. 6 seconds later, he tapped out and Team WWE wins. And, of course, John Cena is the sole survivor. Now, who didn't see that coming? I think we all did, but we just hoped that we were wrong. And the reason I say they could have given us this moment is because there were reports on WrestleZone.com that they were having some sort of meeting, creative meeting, I guess, before SummerSlam. And they were legitimately talking about turning him heel. But of course they didn't. We all know how that turned out. But, and then they said that John Cena tweeted that he was nervous about SummerSlam. The calm before the storm and some other crap that he spouted. And you really start to think, well, maybe they really are going to do that. Maybe they're really going to turn him heel. I think everyone on the planet and in the history of ever would have marked out at that moment. But no, they had to go with the obvious finish. They had to have him win the match, defeat the Nexus, and be the hero again. Boo. You suck. So bad. I wanted a Cena heel turn, and I was robbed. We all were robbed. And I am so mad at that. They didn't even bring out Triple H. They didn't even mention Triple H. So, what was the point of all this? What was the point of getting Bret Hart involved? I get it, you don't want to let him go. That's great. Don't involve him in matches. That was so pointless. Really, what was the point of that? He offered nothing to the storyline at all. They could have turned him heel. They could have. But they chose not to for whatever reason. I get it, the kids love him. But, a demographic that rivals the kiddies, Vince? The IWC. And they were all pulling for him to turn heel. No, you can't give us what we want. Where would the sensibility in that be? Another thing. Can't you let Sheamus win one match cleanly? I mean, really? He's the WWE champion. You wonder why people don't buy him as a legitimate champion. It's because all of his wins in championship matches are by disqualification or they're gimmick matches, like table matches. How hard is it to push somebody through a table? I mean, really all Sheamus would have had to do tonight was dodge a few chin locks, and Randy probably would have injured himself preparing for the RKO. Yeah, I went there. The rest of the matches, who cares, really? But I was just really disappointed that they didn't turn him heel or even mention Triple H. A good third option would have been to let Nexus win. And, because I actually kind of liked, thinking, there was somebody taking over the WWE and even John Cena couldn't do anything about it. But of course, I don't see how they can fix this, really, to make Nexus still seem, viable as a threat. They probably won't.